你好 ，Nascar School 的学生，我是 Dr. Chen, and I teach at Hardenville Academy. Today's lesson is based on the Week 2 assignment for Level 1. If you don't have the assignment, you can be found by visiting the Knox County School World Language Department website at knoxcountyschool.org. On the World Language Department page, click where it says World Language Student Resources. Notice at the bottom of the learning document for the week or modules, you can access additional resources. You must be logged into the Knox County School Google accounts to access it. Let's get started.
大家好，今天我们要说 Lesson 8 的grammar points. Okay, so 今天我们要说 Lesson 8. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. 今天我们要说 Today we're going to talk about Lesson 8. If you look at the lesson objective for today, is here are the 3 things. After you watch this video, you should be able to know how to do this. Okay, time phrase, together, and tag questions. And we briefly talk about the grammars and when we talk about the vocab, but not today. We're going to go deep on that one, and then hopefully when you are working on the sentences, and then you can you know how to write those sentences. Okay, now let's work on the first one. How to use time phrase in the sentence. Okay, so let's say for this lesson, let's say we after school, after class dismissed, I want to eat Japanese food with my friend. Now, after class dismissed, that's the time phrase. Okay, so there are 2 ways to approach that. You can actually put in the very beginning, it's STPVO. You can move the time to the very beginning, or you keep the way that it is. Okay, so but how do you use after class dismissed? Remember that when we see the word after, what do? You have to move it. Okay, you have to move it. Okay, so how do you move it? You flip it. How? You cut in half. Okay, how do you say class dismissed? Okay, class dismissed would be 下课. And after 以后. You can put it very beginning. 我. Now, here is the question you need to think about. We have 2 verbs. We have want and to eat. So you have to see what does your prepositional phrase modified. Okay, so does it modify the verb? Which one? To want with my friend or to eat with my friend? Okay, if it's to eat with my friend, what do? You put it in front of the eat. Okay, in front of eat. So you will say 我想, and then you want what? You want what? So you want. So if we do not have this, so 你想，我想吃日本菜。Okay, 我想吃日本菜。But because with my friend is embedded, Okay, that's an embedded phrase. So you gonna move this one to the back, okay, and then you will add what? 跟我的朋友。So you can add with your friend over here. Okay. The second way you can actually use STPVO, you can simply say 我下课以后想跟我的朋友吃日本菜. That's a perfect too. So either one is fine when you are actually working on this sentence. Okay, when you work on this sentence. Now let me just move this one to here so you can see it better. Okay, that's your sentence. 我下课以后想跟我的朋友吃日本菜. Okay, 想跟我的朋友吃日本菜. Okay, now let's look at another sentence using time phrase. For example, you want to say, I want to, I want to drive what? I want to eat pizza today. Okay, so I want to eat pizza today. So there's no preposition phrase, so you don't have to worry about that. So you say what? 我 and then time phrase. We're gonna just use it native speaker. 今天想吃 pizza. You know what? Pizza. That's Chinese, but nobody's actually say pizza. It's because it's imported word. So, 很多人说我想吃 pizza. 你想吃 pizza 吗？你想吃 pizza 吗？你喜欢吃什么 pizza? Okay, pepperoni cheese and apple. Okay, pineapple. Or not no apple pizza, but pineapple pizza. And also now in Taiwan they have all kinds of like shrimp pizza, seafood. They have a lot of fruit. Okay, so it's a tropical island, so you have a lot of fruit. So seafood pizza is very common. Okay, we do not have a seafood pizza over here. Chicken. Okay, we have a chicken, but it's not very common in the States. Okay, so let's do another word for the time phrase. Let's say 下次. Okay, 下次 means what? Next time. So if you want to say I want to go to your school with you next time. Okay, so if you have the sentence, I want to go to your school with you next time. Now we have a time phrase over here. So 下次. Sorry, I was just gonna write this way. Okay, we say 下次. Okay, so we have with you over here. What is it modified? Is it to want with you or to go with you? Okay, so you would say 我 and then 下次. Okay, STPVO again. 我下次 and then 想 you want what? And then 跟你 okay 去学校. Now, if we do not have to want in here, you can simply say, I go to school with you next time, and that's fine too. But because that's your intention, you want to do that, so you would say, hey, I want to do this. So keep in mind, if you want to with somebody else, you actually put it with somebody else in front of the primary verb. Okay, usually we talk about the action verb. Okay, so like we do in this sentence. Okay, so that's how we use the time phrase. So if you have trouble, student, I really do not know how to. That's one thing. Two things you should remember. One, you put it in the very beginning of a sentence, and that's fine. Number two, you can always use the STPVO, that structure, and then help you to um, to moderate, to formulate the sentence. Okay, now let's talk about together. Okay, together. So if together is an adverb, okay, is an adverb. So 一起. So we're gonna take the sentences we did previously. So we say, after school dismissed or class dismissed, I want to have a meal with you, and then we have a word together. Hey, let's have a meal together. Okay, let's have a meal together. So with you, but we gotta put it together in there. Just okay. So we have a time phrase. It means after class is dismissed. That's actually a time phrase in there. So let's put the word in there. How do you say after the class is dismissed? You say 下课以后. Say it out loud yourself. 下课以后. And then let's put all the words 我, and then 想 to have a meal. How do you say to have a meal? It's not 有. No, to have a meal is 吃饭. Okay. Now with you, 跟你. Okay. Together, 一起. Now, so let's put STPVO, that one. Okay, so it's more like straightforward. So 我, and then there's a time phrase 下课以后, right? 想, you want to do what? Now, here's the deal. Together modify what? Sometimes you want to say together have a meal or together with you. Okay? It really does not matter if you put 一起跟你 or 跟你一起, really does not matter. So as long as they are together, okay, if we have a prepositional phrase and together, but so you have to say 跟你一起吃饭. Okay? 下课以后，我下课以后想跟你一起吃饭。我下课以后想跟你一起吃饭. So that's how you use it. So when you use it together, you make sure you put it in front of something you want to modify. So for example, let's make another sentence. Say, hey, we do homework together. Okay, now we haven't covered the word do, but we are going to in just a second. But we're going to look at this in your sentence structure practice assessment. So 做 is to do. Okay, so together modify what? We or to do. Okay, you would say 我们一起做功课。Okay. Here's the deal. If you know how to formulate a sentence and then in the back of your mind you know how to say it. But usually it's not vice versa. A lot of time people, a lot of research says memorization helps to a certain degree. Meaning, if you do not know how to formulate a sentence, you cannot apply the structure. Okay, it's dead. It's just more like you just memorize it. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to speak it as much as possible, as many sentences as possible. So you just need to work on how do you say it really quickly, and that's the key. So this is how we put together. So usually it's before the primary verb. Okay, before the primary verb. So you will have, so sometimes we have a prepositional phrase in together. Okay, now next one is we call the tag questions. Okay, the tag questions. I'm going to label them as the A, B, C, D, and E. Now A and B, they are using in the statement. Okay, so it's more like in a statement like yes, no. Okay, yes or no. If you want to say check for the yes or no. Okay, there's no actually called the action verb. So the key word is there's no action verb in here. While C, D, and E, they actually have an action verb. Okay, they have an action verb in there. So, what do I mean by that? Let's say you are a teacher. Okay, you are a teacher, and then so you want to confirm. You want to have a confirmation. You have a confirmation. You want to know if it's correct. So you say 你是老师. Okay, 你是老师. So you would say 你是老师, right? So you would say 你是老师. And then you can say 是吗? Yes. If you use 是吗 and it's the same with 是不是,对吗? Okay, so A equals B. So if you can use A and then you can use B in there. So 你是老师是吗? 你是老师对吗? And 对吗 is 对 means correct. Okay, correct. 好吗? That if you want to take notes of this, I strongly encourage you to. 好吗 means okay. 行吗 means okay. 怎么样 means how does it sound? How does it sound? Now look at this. If you can use A, you can use B. If you can use C, you can use D, and you can use E. Okay? But not vice versa. So it doesn't make any sense if I say 你是老师, how does it sound? Okay? If it does not apply for E, you cannot apply for D, you cannot apply for C. Does it make sense? So if you say, if you want to say, hey, we eat pizza, right? We eat pizza tonight. You can say yes, right, okay? And you can say okay. So if you can use A, you can use B. If you can use C, you can use D, and you can use E. Okay, so in that case, we eat pizza tonight. You just want to confirm because there's an action verb in there. So you want to confirm that. So you would say, right? You can use B, and then you can use A. So that means you can use A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so the rule of thumb is for A and B, we usually talking about a linking verb, which is are. Okay, am. So we say you are 15. Okay, I cannot say you are 15. How does it sound? Okay, no, it does not work for C and D and E. So in that case, the only options you can do is A and B. Now, if you say 是吗, it's the same thing with 是不是 because they are same, and you can use a 对吗 and 对不对. Okay, now let's work on one example. For example, we don't have homework. So usually if C and D and E is for suggestion, okay, for suggestion, not the confirmation. So if you want to categorize it, you say you can say A and B, that's a confirmation. C, D, and E. So C, D, and E, that's suggestion. Okay, and then sometimes it's a confirmation depending on the context. So for example, if you want to say we don't have homework today, 我们今天没有功课, right? So because we have time phrase, you say 我们今天没有功课. So what's the speaker's intention? The speaker's intention is trying to confirm that we don't have homework, right? Okay, so you can use it A and B, which is 是吗 and 对吗. Okay, see if it actually makes sense. We do not have homework. How does it sound? You do not normally would not say that. So if you does not apply C, that would not apply D nor E in your sentences. Okay, so tag question that's usually for in speaking, we try to confirm, we try to have a suggestion, and usually we try to confirm that if the speaker's intention. Okay, so when you are working on the sentences, make sure you try to put yourself in that speaker's shoes and see if you can understand what the speaker's intention, and then that's how you embedded a tag question. Okay, we'll stop here for today. 下次再见. 下次再见. Okay, we'll see you next time. 再见.